Hey there, Pisces. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to the week starting May 3rd, 2021. And just a quick heads up for all y'all out there. If you are watching your rising sign horoscope, remember that your rising sign is going to be giving you additional clarity as to how a great deal of your sun sign horoscope is showing up. And your moon sign horoscope, well, that's actually going to be giving you the B story or the side story that is also playing out throughout the course of this week. I've also got two additional links you might want to check out in the down bar below. One is on this Pluto retrograde, which is affecting us all the way up through the beginning of October. And that's this week's all-in-one astrology video. And there's also a new weekly collective vibe check. What is going on atmospherically for everybody throughout the course of this week? So what is happening with your cards then? Well, for your spiritual themes, you have the Nine of Swords upright. And this week, I do feel that there are a lot of situations coming up for you Piscean people where, if I'm honest, a lot of situations that ultimately you may feel afraid to confront because they are sensitive issues. We have to face the music. Now, they may not necessarily just be your sensitive issues or things that you feel anxious or you feel fearful about. It may be things that you have been avoiding bringing up or avoiding confronting in earnest because of how it may make others feel. Maybe it would make ripple effects. Maybe you're, worried about rocking the boat or having a bit of stage fright. But the Nine of Swords is indicating we do need to actually confront those things this week. They could be taboo topics of conversation. They could be matters that, again, we're just trying not to, we've been walking on eggshells around either for our own sake or other people's sake. But it must be done this week. And I do see a lot of you withdrawing from maybe maintaining certain facades for people that may also, give them pause or maybe make them take a step back for a little while. But I think it's necessary for everybody to get on the same page. As we get on to your material shifts when it comes to your work, your job, and your finances, you do have the Nine of Wands upright. And I'm actually seeing this week as one where you are getting things back under your control, especially when it comes to financial or professional matters where maybe other circumstances or other people's decisions or other choices have just been allowed to run wild. And with the Nine of Wands, I do see a lot of new boundaries getting drawn. I actually see a lot of you securing yourselves in a much better way by eliminating a fair amount of liabilities, whether they are liabilities or costs to your time, costs to your spending money, and you're able to actually preserve more and maybe even plug a few holes in your bucket. When it comes to job opportunities and work opportunities, you may find that a lot of opportunities and prospects that are coming in this week are allowing you to do just that, sort of a cure for what ails. New projects coming through are actually answers to other challenges that we've been dealing with until this week began. But this is a time to remember with the Nine of Wands that this is about taking not necessarily a defensive combative stance, but a protective stance, a defensive stance, especially against that which may actually be pulling you off your path or pulling your resources, to go down roads that they don't have any business going down. As we get on to your communications with friends, relatives, other people in your life, you do have the Hierophant card upright, and it does look like a lot of you Piscean people are also getting some really good news about some kind of rule change. This might actually be a rule in a group or a job situation or a contract that you are in. Maybe even something going on a social level, or maybe even something regarding some kind of contract you're in, a license, or qualifications, scholastic matters. But you're finding out about some kind of rule change that is actually flipping in your favor. And this might actually be something that defies precedent. This is probably something where, those of you who are watching this video might actually be caught by surprise as this occurs this week. A script is getting flipped, and so that actually allows you either more freedom of movement or suddenly favors you that you can, in a way that you can leverage it for a big breakthrough. As we get on to your challenge this week, you do have the Knight of Wands upright. Now, the Knight of Wands is actually indicating here that a big challenge that you may have to contend with here is your own image and what you need to change about your image to allow yourself to be seen for who you truly are and respected for what you bring to the table. You know, is there something that we have been taking a back seat with? Is there something that we have not been, throwing our energy around as much as we could with? Is there a situation where we've given up control, or we need to balance a little bit? Well, okay, have I been letting somebody take the lead, or have I been sort of coasting? Have I been a bit of a wallflower? Your challenge is to allow yourself to become a more prominent face and figure in all things, right? Putting yourself out there to be seen, to get closer to those that already do support you, and to also become a stronger magnet for that which is going to continue to support you. This is a week where if you have been being a bit mousy or being a bit passive, time to take a step back and, maybe knock that off. As we get on to your relationships with love, romance, and partnerships, you have the Six of Cups upright. And the Six of Cups is actually bringing in an opportunity for those of you who are available, single, to meet somebody either from your past or through somebody from your past. And I feel like with the Six of Cups, the bond that would be there is something that is still, reflected on fondly. This is something where there actually is a very strong sweetness. It could be, yes, possibly somebody that we saw in the past, or maybe just an old friend from our past, or maybe, again, somebody that we meet through somebody through our past. Say, our buddies' older cousin, that used to visit on the weekends or visit for summer vacation or whatever. There's something happening here where this trip down memory lane is giving you a chance to maybe connect with somebody, even somebody that you don't really know, but is still connected to somebody from your past. For those of you currently coupled, the Six of Cups is indicating that there is actually a positive return from the past in the form of maybe an old chapter, an old passion, an old pastime, or an old goal that, we're getting taken back in time, something that we maybe steered away from, something that we had not given ourselves the chance to enjoy, or a journey that we left unfinished together due to whatever, extenuating circumstances. And you're getting a chance to actually get back in touch with the road you guys originally started on. So that is what I've got for you. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.